everyone, I'm Mariam and today we're going to talk about the present continuous tense. We most commonly use this tense to talk about actions that are happening right now. We can also talk about trends as well as plans in the future. I'm going to take you through the structure as well as all of the uses of the present continuous in detail in this video. To form a statement in the present continuous, we write subject plus the present tense forms of the be verb, so am, is, are, plus the present participle of the main verb, which is just verb ing. I am watching TV. She is singing in the shower. So here our main verbs are watch and sing, and we've just added ing after them to make them watching and singing. Now how do we know when to use am, is, are? That depends on the pronoun used in the subject position. So we use am with I, are with you, we, they, is with he, she, it. Now in spoken English, we don't usually say I am, he is, they are. We shorten it. So I am becomes I'm, you, we, they are becomes you're, we're, there, he, she, it is becomes he's, she's, it's. To form a question in the present continuous, we just switch the subject and the be verb. So it's am, is, are plus the subject plus the main verb ing. Are you studying? Is she singing? Now these were the yes and no questions. To form WH questions, we just add the question word before the be verb. So what are you studying? Why is she singing? To form negative sentences, we just add not between the be verb and the main verb. I am not watching TV. She is not singing in the shower. Again, in spoken English, we don't really say are not or is not. We shorten it. So are not becomes aren't. Is not becomes isn't. There's no short form for am not, so we just say I'm not. Now let's talk about when to use the present continuous tense. We most commonly use this tense to talk about actions that are happening right now. Now a lot of the times English learners make this mistake. They use the simple present tense to talk about actions happening right now. But we should be using the present continuous tense. We are studying the present continuous tense. She is baking cookies. So both of these actions are happening right now. You are studying right now. She is baking right now. If I were to use the simple present tense and say she bakes cookies, or we study the present continuous tense, that would not mean that I'm doing it right now. That just means that I do it repeatedly. But to say that I'm doing it now, I have to use the present continuous tense. We also use this tense to talk about longer actions that are happening sometime around now. So even if it's something that I'm not doing right now, but it's generally what I'm doing in life, I can use the present continuous tense to express that. She is studying medicine. I am working on a project for school. So even though I'm not doing these things right this second, I can still use the present continuous to convey that this is what I'm generally doing in my life right now. The present continuous tense also helps us convey that an action or a situation is temporary. So it's not something that's going to go on for long. It's going to finish in some time. My gym is closed. I'm working out at home these days. I'm staying with a friend because my apartment is being renovated. Now both of these situations are temporary. Once my gym opens, I'm not going to work out at home then. I'm going to go back to exercising in the gym. Once my apartment is renovated, that means it's fixed, it's ready, maybe my walls are painted. Once the work in my apartment is finished, I'll go back to staying there. I'm not going to stay with my friend forever. We also use this tense to talk about trends. A trend is something that changes or develops over time, or it's something that is popular or in fashion these days. More and more people are eating healthy these days. Everyone is wearing bright colors nowadays. More and more people are eating healthy. So that's a change that's taking place over time. Everyone is wearing bright colors. That is what is popular these days. We can also use the present continuous tense to emphasize repeated actions. But we normally use this only for actions that annoy us, actions that we don't like. Those two are constantly talking in class. She is always fooling around. So here I'm using the present continuous to emphasize something that happens again and again, and actions that I don't like, that annoy me, that irritate me. You can also see that I've used the words always and constantly. You'll often see these words in this use of the present continuous. Now, even though this is the present continuous tense, we can also use it to talk about future plans and events. My parents are visiting us next week. We're making pizza this weekend. Now, in both these sentences, the action is not happening right now. It will happen sometime in the future, and I already have a plan ready for it. Now, there are two cases where we cannot use the present continuous tense. Number one, stative verbs. We cannot use the present continuous tense to convey that a state is true right now. So, stative verbs such as like, know, seem, own, believe, love, we have to use the simple present tense to convey that they are true right now, not the present continuous. I believe in you, but not I am believing in you. I love dogs, not I am loving dogs. That would be incorrect. Another case where we cannot use the present continuous tense is permanent situations. Like we discussed earlier, we can use this tense to convey that an action or situation is temporary, but we cannot use it for permanent situations. I live in Dubai. I am living in Dubai. So the first one, I live in Dubai, which is the simple present tense, tells me that that is my permanent address. I live in Dubai. That is where I stay. I do not have any plans to move anywhere. That is where I live. When I use the present continuous tense and say I am living in Dubai, that is not my permanent address. I'm here only for now, for a short while, and then I have plans to move and go somewhere else. That is not where I live. That's just where I'm living right now. Let's recap the uses of the present continuous tense. Actions taking place now, longer actions taking place around now, temporary situations, trends, emphasizing repeated actions, and future plans. I hope this video has helped you understand the structure as well as the different uses of the present continuous tense. I know it's a lot to remember, but it will get easier the more you practice. For now, just try to remember that the present continuous tense is used to talk about actions happening right now, because that is the most common use of this tense. If you've understood this tense, then write down 3 sentences using the present continuous tense in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and always remember, it's English, not Everest. You can do this. All the best.